Namaste and welcome to Rocket and Cross Training. We're actually going to start in standing today. We did one routine yesterday and this one's a complementary routine, and then we are going to practice some Rocket 1 and forward bending, a little bit of arm balance 101, and handstands, of course, because it's Rocket. So we just want to have a nice grounded stance, feeling really strong and steady. Toes forward, inhale, bring your arms in a T. And we simply just kick straight forward. 1, okay, 2, kick, 3. So a big part of this position is just holding the arms out, keeping them nice and up, keeping your chest up. Be careful you don't bend into your back. Instead, stay really straight and just work from your lower belly. Kick, kick, breathe, kick. Good. Good, switch sides. 1, 2, breathe, core. 3, 4, 5, 6, breathe. Breathe. Good. Good. And rest. Rest your arms and recover. Standing with the toes forward, arms up by your ears. So when you stretch up, I like to think about the whole scapula pulling up. So these side ribs and upper back and all of that pulls up. And then just take your right foot back. 2, snap it back. 3, and back. Flex your heel. 1, 2, and shift your weight side to side. 1, 2. Breathe and stretch, lengthen your body. Couple more of these. Good. Couple more, 1 on each side. 1, 2, and rest and recover and just shake it out. Good. All right, so we're going back into this T position, and now we want to take the foot and angle it to the side. Okay, so I'm kind of considering my foot coming in front of my shoulder. That kind of helps bring me into that right angle, okay? Ready? Up, side, and up. 2. Breathe, inhale. Good. That's it. Breathe, core in. Good. 2 more on this side. 1, 2, and switch. Ready? Other side. Good. Draw in from your lower belly. 2, 3, 4. Breathe. 2 more. 1 and 2, and recover and rest. All right, so get ready. We're just doing old-fashioned. Let's just do 35 jumping jacks just to get everything, our blood flowing and wake us up. Here we go. 1, 2. Good. So sometimes if you gaze up, it will also kind of just lift your spirits, but also prevent you from looking getting a sagging head. It will help open your chest. Good, I lost track, just keep going. Squeeze it into center. Good, 10 more, finish strong. I'll get you going. Good, rest, recover. Okay, warm up a squat. So take a nice wide stance, like you're gonna come into a goddess. Toes out to the sides. Bend your knees, push them out, push your elbows back and hold. Feel really strong. Strong in the legs, strong in your core. Good, and come up and straighten everything out. All right, Cole, so this is the balance with it. Ready? Arms in a T, inhale. Come down, bounce with it, and back up. Squeeze your butt, okay? 1, 2, and up and squeeze in. Bounce with it. Go a little lower. Go a little lower. Bring your palms at your heart. Go down. Just focus on the legs. Good. Stay down. Stay low. Come up. Good. And release. Let's go ahead onto hands and knees. Do a little more warm up with cat-cow. So first, just regular cat-cow. Look up. Oh yeah, feel that stretch. So from boot camp yesterday, I can just feel all those little fibers stretching around your back. And inhale, look up. Oh yeah, and round your back. So that's our best medicine when we get sore is more yoga, more yoga. Now breathe from your tailbone all the way up the back of your neck to your third eye. Bring your hands more forward and let's do some big hip circles. Go in both directions, really big circles, everybody. Good, and then find your child's pose. Good, bring your hands out in front of you, lift to the first downward facing, tuck your chin, stretch it out. Come back onto your hands and your knees and take your right foot straight back. Press back your heel. 2, 3, stretch it out. Take this foot, cross it behind you, and stretch. So you just kind of make it organic and lean into your side. Oh yeah, that's the spot. Good, come backing into the other side now and straighten out the left foot. Press it back, calf press. Good, and then take your foot to the side and open your hip. Lean into that hip. Good, back to hands and knees, lift to downward dog. Step your right foot forward like you're gonna come up into a warrior stance. Good, except now we wanna lift our back heel. Bend both knees down, come up and squeeze in, so lunging. Bend both knees and up, good. Good, turn your back foot down, arms in a T, and then reach over to the right into Trikonasana. There's nowhere to get to, just let yourself hold the pose, and by holding it, you'll wake up. Let's go into twisting triangles. So I'm using blocks just to keep my practice fresh. I don't necessarily need a block, but I'm targeting a different area by using one. Lift the other arm and twist. Good, and then for handstands, we do want to warm up standing split. So I am going to do this with 2 blocks today. It's just to change it up. Taking the right foot forward, left leg up, standing split, tuck your head. And I just love this position because immediately all the energy flow in your body is switched. Hold it a little longer. Good, and then we're gonna come up and we're just gonna switch sides. Whew. Okay, so we're gonna start in lunges. So hands to hips, elbows back, back heel raised and bend. Breathe and bend. Couple more, you can do it. Squeeze in those thigh muscles. Good. Back heel down, arms in a T, and then reach to the Trikonasana. Spread your fingers. Feel both feet pushing into the floor, into the earth. Good. Let's go into a revolving triangle. Just change it all up and switch your hands. Twisting into this new day and this new moment. Twisting, twisting. Always listen to your body if you need to practice other variations. And then we're going to look down and get our hands down or on the blocks. And now we lift the right leg up. Change the energy flow. Change the story. Hold it up there, a couple more breaths, holding a little longer. Keep bringing your head in closer to your standing leg. Good, and then let's take a vinyasa, stepping back into chaturanga. Good, and then come into seated and rest. Rest on your back, lay down, hug your knees into your body. Good, loosen up in a twist and drop your knees to one side and twist. And twist to the other side. Most importantly, get your Ujjayi breath circulating in your chest. Relax your left shoulder. Notice where you feel it in your back. Good. Grab your right leg and stretch. Straighten out the other leg. Switch sides. Good. And then roll yourself up into a seated forward bend. So this next position is called the V-snap, and it's combining some flexibility and core strength. So we actually start on our back, and we come up and we lift a leg and hold it, okay? So we're here, and we roll back, reach back, lower the leg, and switch sides. Okay, so this leg's down now. Good, come back, roll. Everything's down and up, V-snap. And down. And up. Good, and down. And up. Okay, now see how slow you can come back. So this is really slowed down. And up. and stay lifted. Whew. Sit in Dandasana, palms together, shoulders back. Reach to the side, 2, 3, together and switch. One more each side. And then rest in a forward fold. Reach for your toes and stretch. Good, straight leg rollbacks, just like we did yesterday. We're gonna reach and roll back with straight legs and reach behind us. Inhale, and then roll up and reach. Navel in when you lay down, pull in your Uddiyana and up. Good, and then come up and take a vinyasa. Roll over to chaturanga. Swim into upward or cobra. Downward dog. Step or jump to standing, look up. Float over. Good, hanging out in this forward fold. So this is another way you can work on forward bends, is if you take some blocks out in front of you and you kind of lean forward and then you really get the sits bones up and fold. So periodically it's nice to do this, and this will help you eventually with float ups and handstand. Good, and then inhale, come into standing. So this combines Good. Hi, Marie. If you're just joining, we have daylight savings, so we actually started a while, like a half hour ago. We started a little late because we talked, but just join in, okay? So this combines squatting and like a warrior C position. So we kind of just bend down into it. So we bend down, and then we want to explode our energy out. Down. Inhale. Exhale. Couple more. Good. And rest and recover. Woo, this will get you. But go ahead and use the wall. This is a nice little warm up for your back. As you take the hands shoulder distance and you walk your hips back and you melt your chest just parallel to the floor. Now wake up your feet, roll your heels out, spread your toes. And we are holding just a little bit longer there, and that's okay. That will really break down some old patterns in your body. So that's with the longer holds. Okay, so just regular squats. Feet are about hip distance now, about a foot wide. Push the weight back into your heels. 1, 2, come up strong. Chest up, core engaged. 1, 2. Bounce with it. Bounce with it. Keep your neck in neutral as much as you can. Avoid pinching there. Stay low, hold it. Good. Come up and rest and recover. Good. All right, let's go ahead and take a vinyasa. Reach up, inhale. Fold over, exhale. Look up. Yoga push up, exhale. Upward. Downward. Stretch out. Come down onto your belly. Good. Toes back. Arms forward and rest. Start with resting. Inhale, lift opposite leg and foot. Come down, switch sides. Come down and lift all 4 limbs. Opposite, opposite, and lift. All 4. Opposite, exhale, inhale, inhale, exhale. Few more of these, keep the reps going. Good, Erin. Keep it going. Hold it up, stay up, paddle, kick. Lace your hands behind you, stretch. And rest. push into child's pose and rest. Good, so let's go ahead and warm up Ustrasana or camel pose. So start with up on your knees, reach up above you, tailbone down, firming your core, inhale. Start with your toes curled under, so you've got more room to hold the feet and rest your head back. Lean your head back, open your heart. Inhale, lift your heart, and lift into downward dog. Good, hop into seated. Lay down on your back and hug your knees in. Good. Yeah, that's okay. I didn't remind you guys of the daylight savings time. So I basically forgot about the daylight savings. But I recorded this first part of the practice so you can watch it later. Just join in now, and we'll just keep going. Hi, Ocean.
Hi. What do you mean daylight savings? The time changed?
Yes. So even though we sprung ahead an hour. We lost an hour last night. So at midnight here, it turned into 1 a.m. So that's what it happened.
Oh my God. Yeah, I just see that on the phone. I didn't know either.
Oh, so we're too late?
It's okay. I recorded the first hour.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we started an hour ago because of the daylight savings, but
Oh my
we're
gosh.
just going. I recorded the first part. We've been, doing cross training, okay? So let's go ahead and take a vinyasa, everybody. Reach up and heel. Fold, exhale. Drape your body, navel in. Look up. Step back into push up. Elbows in. You can come to your belly. Toes back. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, lift hips. Good. Jump to seated. Straighten your legs. Let's come into another seated forward fold, or your first one today, perhaps. Good, and then roll yourself down on your back, all the way down, lift your right leg, hold your leg and stretch. You can keep your head on the floor for this part. Switch sides. Good, stretch and breathe. And release. Reach your arms behind you, tuck your chin, roll up. See if you can reach forward. Then come back, back, slow it down, slow it down. Now when you come up, see if you can lift one leg. Okay, so back to V-snaps, Aaron and Cole. V-snap, so your leg is up, go slow down. Reach back and come up. Good. So balance without holding the foot, curl back. Reach back. And switch. Good, that's it, Ellie. Reach. Now roll back, slow. Pull in your core. Okay, use your breath, everybody. Inhale, exhale up. And come back slow. And come up. And come down. And come up. Good. And then just stretch out into straddle, widen your feet. If you want to use bricks, blocks today, go ahead, stretch forward. Good. So for today, take that time to really feel your breath and create space in your joints, space in your back, space in your hips. Inhaling, we're going to roll up and sit down with the arms apart. Reach for opposite foot. 1, 2, tap. Come to center from your core and switch. 1, 2. Core, use the core work. Take your time to really feel that twist. Twist, stretch. Good, Yana. Twist. One more each side. Good, and come to center. So this next one, we actually are going to be holding our ankles and not the feet, okay? So you hold the ankles. I'm a little close to the wall, but you want to take the feet out as wide as you can, comfortably, chest up. And then we roll back, tap the toe, and roll up. Okay, back and up. Good. Yes, back and up. Lift your chest at the end. Pull your chest up. And back up. Balance, chest up. Good, so that's a lot of the stabilizer muscles. Rest for a moment. When you're shaking and you're getting your balance, those are those little tiny interconnected muscles. Go ahead, take a vinyasa or just step to downward dog. Good, this is similar to a burpee. It's basically jumping. So we're gonna bend our knees and downward, jump into standing, and then you just stand up. You bend your knees, place your hands, jump to plank, jump up, and stand, okay? And repeat. You can really feel how you're using your core to jump back. Couple more. Good. Good, so be careful there, Ellie, that you don't let your hips sag. When you jump back, avoid going low like that, okay? You wanna stay in this high plank as much as you can when you jump back, okay? Good, go ahead and rest, come into standing. Good, so if you tuned in late, we did a lot of squatting in the first part of this, so we'll do a few more squats. Lucky us, Aaron and Cole. Lots of squats today. Widen your legs, toes out to the sides, goddess squats, palms at our heart. 1, 2, stand up, engage center. Neck is in neutral. Stay low, stay low. Good, come up strong and rest, recover. Good. Let's go ahead and do an eagle pose. So we're gonna start with our arms apart in a T. Swing your right leg out to the side and wrap it around, eagling your arms, okay? Put it together. Pull up your elbows, hold. Come up, swing it out, and switch sides. Out, around, other way. Good. Up, out, and rest. Good, go ahead, take a vinyasa into child's pose or just step into child's pose. Come down to your belly. Bring your hands in Sphinx. And you're just here with the forearms down, Yana, and then just look around. So open and stretch your neck like this by looking around. But angle your hand out to the side and kind of push yourself up a little more and look around. Good, and then switch sides. Come up. Good, and you can rest for a minute. So what that is, what we're doing, it's basically how babies start to move. So when a baby, is having its tummy time, when it's a baby, first it starts to lift its head and look around. This strengthens the upper back and shoulders and prepares the baby for eventually walking. And then you'll start to see babies push up a little higher like this, right? And they're pushing and they're looking and maybe their foot's coming up. So this is also a variation. And then, you do the other side and you just start to get all these different angles of movement happening. Good. And then we'll go to child's pose. Good. Coming into seated Dandasana, we're going to fly through some of the Rocket One seated poses, and we're just going to go in the order of them, okay? So start in Dandasana, tuck your chin to your chest. Thighs roll in. Arms reach up. Grab your big toes, Padangusthasana. Inhale, lengthen. Make sure you pull your arms all the way straight. Good, Yana. And then bend the elbows and come slowly forward. With every breath, move towards your toes, lengthening. But use these forward bends as a meditative time where we're really having introspection. We're looking within ourselves, and we're being patient with ourselves. So there's nowhere to get to in these forward bends. Grab the sides of your feet, look up and fold more. Inhale, bring your arms up, tuck your feet in, first boat, hold the legs on this first one, lift your chest and balance. Good, get your blocks ready. So as we practice the seated and lift ups, you might want blocks today. So from Navasana, cross the ankles, lift up, and maybe you can tuck your feet under. Yes, just like that. And then roll over into yoga push-up from there, chaturanga. Inhale. exhale. All right, so now walk your hands further back. So I'm pretty far back. Now I'm gonna jump and I'm gonna walk my feet all the way through without moving my hands into Purvottanasana. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drag your hips back. Lift your feet to Navasana. Get those blocks handy. I'm gonna keep them right here by the sides of my mat. Navasana. Lift up. Move the blocks, Chaturanga. So one thing is the reason we're not using the blocks for Chaturanga is you could possibly get injured if you're, and I'm doing this on my knees to show what not to do, is if you go too low and you're using the blocks for Chaturanga. So that's why it's safer just to do regular Chaturanga, downward facing, and jump to seated. Okay, cradling the right hip. Foot is flexed. This flexion is very important for the back of the knee. Flex the foot and rock the hip. Push your foot up on your thigh, half lotus. And you'll notice here how close my knees are together. So this takes a lot of time and practice. In the beginning, your knee might be out to the side and it might even be on the floor. But eventually we want to fold it in and then you can turn and maybe you'll bind today, reaching for the right big toe. Inhale, reach the other arm up and bend forward. And then just make sure, Ocean, that your left leg is straight forward. I can't totally see what you're doing, but it looks like it's out to the side just a little. But make sure it's forward. And then square your shoulders. Yes. And breathe. Ardha Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. Inhale, release one arm or both arms up. Take this right leg and fold it back. We're not quite sitting on the heel. We want to have room to lower the right hip down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Deep rhythmic breathing. Good. Use the forward bending as yoga therapy. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, this straight leg folds up. Okay, so here we are working on a tripod headstand. Ready, Ellie? Take your left knee and your arm to touch and roll your head to the floor. Lift up the right leg. If you're practicing, float your right leg up. Good, or bring both knees on the backs of the arms. Good, Erin. Now tuck your knees down on the backs of your arms. See if you can lift your head to Bakasana. Good, Marie. Yeah, play with that Bakasana. You'll get stronger. Now, there's other variations of this pose. First of all, if you want a real modified, you just fold the foot in like how you are, Ocean, and then you just roll over and step back to push up. And maybe it doesn't look like it's that fancy, but what it is it's a big hip rotation, is when you have to come like that. You see? So it's really good for the hip. Now, there's also more advanced Ekapada Bakasana, knee on the back of the arm. And lift it. All right, let's go to the other side. Ready? Cradling the left hip. Fold your foot up as high as it will go in half lotus where you're practicing. Lift Mula Bandha, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Good, so eventually that knee starts to come down, Yana. So this is a good medicine pose for you, this half lotus. And just listen to your body. Square your shoulders. Find the self-reflection. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, take your foot, fold it back. Sometimes you can roll your calf out. You can take your hand on your leg, your back of your calf, and roll it out to get the hip to come down more. Reach up and lengthen. Sweet surrender. And releasing, raise up. Exhale, releasing, hands down. Take your straight leg folded in. And now you transition on your own. Good, Yana. That's what you want, is that hip movement. Good. Good, Ellie. See if you can lift to Bakasana. Bring your feet together. Maybe cross the ankles even. Yeah. Ooh, you're light today, little light fairy. Okay, jump to seated, and we're gonna go to Janu Shirsasanas. Right foot into the thigh. Pull the left hip back. So you start to turn your chest to the left slightly, because we want the center of our chest right over the knee. So there is that whole turning. Reach up, come forward, breathe. Inhale, look up. Good, hands down, sit on your heel. And the heel is in the perineum. So the knee comes in a little bit, lift Mula Bandha, reach forward, lift Mula Bandha, stretch and breathe. Good, so Janu B is in Rocket 1. It reminds us of the earth energy and the lifting of the root lock. Also growing our roots. Look up, inhale, and release, exhale. So this is where we insert rocket abdominals, feet in Navasana. Come back onto your elbows, maybe tuck your hands in a little bit under your hips and lower the right leg. Switch sides. Switch sides. Switch sides. Tuck your knees in, push from your abdominals in and out. Good, and then roll over, take a vinyasa on your own. So go ahead, you can always practice Bhujangasana in these positions in upward dog, lifting the feet. Good, and then hop or jump into seated. Other side, Janu Sirsasana, left foot in. So just like clockwork, we get to Janu, I'm ready for tea. So it is a much slower, kind of more restorative type of sequence. Take your right hip back, but the abdominals keep it fiery. Reach up, inhale. And turn towards the straight leg, exhale. Turn and release. Notice where you feel it, check in. Look up. Good, and let's sit on our heel, Janu B. Good, reach and stretch and breathe. Meet yourself, the inner teacher. Look up and release. And now we're going back into abdominals. Navasana, this time roll down on your back. So part of your script is you want to have some abdominal exercises that you're going to weave into your seated poses. Okay, Marie? So here we go. We're going to just reach up for our toes and curl our shoulders up. Place your hands behind your head and just do some bicycles, elbow to knee, push the feet in and out. And take a vinyasa. Again, you can always go to bhujangasanas. Downward dog. Good. Marichyasana A, bend up your right knee. So make sure you have a hand space between your thigh and your foot. We're actually going to practice a modified Marichi B. So fold your other foot in, your left knee is on the floor. Yeah, like that, Ocean. Perfect. Now wrap around the right leg. And you'll notice when you wrap around, this right glute, this hip rolls up off of the floor. Exhale, forehead to the earth. Lean forward as far as you can. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release your hands. Go back to straightening the left leg. Left arm up, twist in Marichyasana C, A, B, C. Now to bind, kind of my little trick is I lean back, but I gotta pull my abdominals around there. And then wrap. Gaze behind you. Gaze in front of you and let that be a symbol of clearing our path and lifting some obstacles. So the right knee is bent up. We're going to take the right leg on the back of the arm and we're just going to break down Ashtavakrasana. Hands are shoulder distance, cross your ankles. Lift your body, kick out to the side, lower your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, saving energy to straighten the arms and weave the leg through. Okay, so I lost a little steam there. Let's see your guys's. Did you already do it, Ellie? I can see you, but you can't see me. I'm watching you, Marie. Okay, everything looks great, Ellie. You are really getting light, but your hands are so far apart, you're losing strength. You want to keep them, like shoulder distance. Okay, we'll go to the other side of Marichyasana, bending up the left knee and even wiggling the foot out a little bit more, Ocean. It's like a half squat almost. The foot has some space there. And then you'll have more room. And then you can bend this right foot in for the variation. Bind around the left leg. Good. And this is a nurturing pose. So it might seem like it's boring, Yana, but pretend that you're giving yourself a big hug. You're hugging yourself. You're practicing some self-love today. Being gentle with our mind. Inhale, look up. Exhale, release. And now we take this left leg, or we take the right leg, straighten it out. Right arm up. Twisting Marichyasana, twist to the left. Gaze behind you. Gaze in front of you and release. And let everything go. And now you practice your Ashtavakrasanas on this side, taking your left knee on the back of your arm. Okay, so I'm just watching you. You can modify. Good, Erin. Save some energy for the transition. Yeah, we're like, Manana, tomorrow. Good, Marie, it's coming. Squeeze your knees in as tight as you can into your arm. That will help you lift up. Take your vinyasa, everybody, and then if you can, move your mat to the wall. All right, so this combines handstands and coming down into abdominals. You can modify, of course, but I do want to show you while we're all together on Zoom something that I would be teaching in my normal classes at the studio. Basically, we have to get up into handstand first. Now I'm going to cross my ankles, tuck my knees down. Now I'm going to look between my hands, lower to the feet, and bring them up to Navasana. And then we repeat. Kick up, cross, Navasana. See if you can do it. Good. Follow through, lift your feet, Ellie, follow through. Yes. As soon as your bum touches the mat, lift the feet. Slow it down. Good job. It's good, Ocean. right, so that brings us into a vinyasa. And we're gonna come into Baddha Konasana, which is the soles of the feet together. We're going back into those rocket one seated poses. And we are almost there, everybody. So just keep your energy up a little bit more. Bring your feet together, Baddha Konasana, open them up. And meditate, look to your third eye. And fold forward, looking to third eye. Last half inch of the stretch, awaken the magic. Inhaling and sit up. Bringing yourself forward, hold your toes, lift your feet, Upavishta Konasana, roll back. Inhale, roll up, heart up. We're speeding up a little bit now, and feet together, lay down on your back. Inhale, right leg up, grab your toe, nose to knee. Exhale, bring your head down, take your hip to the right, look opposite. Inhale, bring your leg up, bend your knee, leg behind the head. This is very rocket style. Is wrapping the leg back and loop-de-loo. Good, let's switch sides. Hold the left big toe, nose to knee. Lower your head, take your hip to the side. Inhale, bring your leg back up, bend your knee, leg behind the head. Good, and then rock side to side. Happy baby. Tuck your feet on the floor, lift to supported bridge, rock your shoulders under your back. Come to your toes. Lower down, get ready for full bridge pose. Bring your hands over your shoulders. Spread your fingers, inhale out, 1, 2, 3, 4. Come down. Yay, one more on your own, go at your own variation now, your turn. Yana. You can also come to your toes. You can lift one leg at a time. When we get to the Rocket 2 weekend, we're going to be working a lot more with the kickovers and back bends and drop backs. For today, just kind of play with it and see how you feel. When you're finished, hug your knees into your chest and rock up and down. Come all the way up onto your feet in a forward bend. Good, so hopefully this practice felt pretty good for you guys after boot camp yesterday. I know it's feeling good in my body, so just from my experience, I imagine that this is kind of helping with some of the soreness. We're gonna step into downward facing. Inhale the right leg to the sky and then bend your knee all the way in to swan. This is considered a rocket finishing pose. Look up and fold your head. You can put this pose at the end of any rocket. You could do this at the end of Rocket 2. You could do this in Bottle Rocket, and you could even do this in MDR. So that's kind of a cool thing. Walking your hands back up, inhale, and then lift your back foot where you're practicing. Open your chest, pull it in. Downward facing, and let's switch sides. Left side up, step in. Get even on your yoga mat. Fold forward. Feeling that sweet surrender, inhaling, walk your hands back, keep opening your chest, lift the back foot as high as it will go. Exhale, release, downward facing. If you want to take one more vinyasa, go ahead on your own, take one more vinyasa. I like to use this really wide block for my upper back as a medicine pose. So I'm gonna lay down with this block in my upper back shoulder blade area. So basically we're going into a restorative practice now, and we're gonna wind down. So you can also lay with legs up the wall or do a shoulder stand if you're called to do shoulder stand today. And just come back. Let everything quiet down. You can take your arms above you or rest them on your abdomen, whatever feels the best. Legs can be straight or bent, whatever feels the best. Close your eyes, follow your breath. Follow your breath. As your mind wanders, come back to your breath. If you want to lay flat on your back in traditional Shavasana, now's the time. You can come out of your restorative pose.
Thank you. I accidentally pulled my headphone out and it logged me off.
Feel. So we just came out of restorative pose and now we're just resting in Shavasana. So you can just lay down, make yourself comfortable. This was always the best part of when we were at the studio together, is we would go around and give some Shavasana adjustments of just aligning our energy. Make sure you're really comfortable today. Feel the space around your body. Surrender to the flow. Asking that all of our ancestors be with us and bring us closer to more healing energy on earth. Relax the muscle. That's your mind, and let your mind get real quiet. Deepening your breath. Feel rested and renewed. And slowly start to bring yourself out of Shavasana. Ashtanga Yoga invocation, feel free to join in or just listen as taking in the Sanskrit vibrations. Vande Gurunam Charanarvinde Sandarshita Svatma Sukhavagore Nishrayase Jangalika Yamane Samsara Halla Halla Moha Shantye Abahu Purushakaram Shakchakrasi Dharanam Sahasra Shirsam Shvetam Pranamani Patanjalim. Namaste.